Good morning. This is Stephanie with Growing from the Woodpile, and today we are going to be feeding our baby plants. Baby plants need to go out in the garden. Still over 100, and it's supposed to be dropping night temperatures down to 60. I'm just afraid things are going to bolt. I have been following, and actually bought her calendars growing in the garden, and it says I can transplant after the 15th, and it is the 15th today. I think I'm gonna wait just a couple more days to start hardening off and getting them in the garden. So what I have here is I have a gallon of jug that used to have milk in it. I've had it for about a year. Yeah, and it's clean. And I have this one, water. I do kind of prefer this handle on this one. And how I proceed to fertilize my babies is I have this lid on it so I don't spill it. Fox Farm Grow Big liquid plant food. So on the back it says it has like general feeding, heavy feeding, seedlings right down here, and it says a half a teaspoon per gallon water once a week. And so I usually try to do it every other watering. That seems to have been working for me. And I now am kind of, I hate saying lazy, but time conscious, and I don't use a teaspoon anymore. So what I start to do is I here at my kitchen sink, and I fill them up, and I usually go about halfway. And then I take my Fox Farm and I just that. It's probably more like a teaspoon. These plants are bigger. I haven't had any side effects from doing that. And I'll continue to fill this up all the way. Let's get this all the way filled. I do just room temperature water, not hot, not cold. And right now, since the plants have been potted up and bigger, it usually takes a little over a gallon. So then once I get it filled, lid falling, put the lid on it, give it a shake. Now let's fill up the other one. While that was filling, I moved one of the waters into where I have my plants. Why do I fill it up halfway, then put the fertilizer in? I don't know. Just what I do. Alright. Okay, now I'm gonna move into where I have them. Alright, this is where I have the baby plants. Have the fan set up, I have it off just because it's so loud. In here is my office. We got lots of stuff going on the sides. This side has old scrapbooking stuff that I haven't quite yet been able to get myself to get rid of. And on this side over here is like electronics and stuff like that. I have my there's 3 shop lights and then 3 shop lights. Right here I got some chamomile that I was drying out, and then here's some shishito peppers drying out to save seeds. So what I proceed to do is, again, since these are bigger plants, they seem to take more water soaking them up. And why you damaged? This one is all cauliflower. This one is straw flowers and some chamomile in the back. You can see that these are super dry, so we're good to go. Now, in my smartness, I say that funnily, I didn't want to use up all my tags, so I was like, oh, I will just put them in for this whole section, so I need to go back through and get more tags and label these. But this is some cabbage, some Dutch cabbage. All right, I proceed to, let's just show a little bit more here. These are old scrapbooking containers. Some of them actually still have stuff in it. I have them underneath the plants just to make them up closer. You can hang these down, and it was just getting too difficult. So I just have them placed on something underneath, which has led to a little bit of some uneven watering. But that's okay. So I will be able to show you that I have not perfected how much water goes in each one, because sometimes plants require different amounts of water. And so I just fill them up a little, like this one has smaller amount. So I'm going to fill that to about 3/4 of the way up. And I'm going to come over here to this one, because this one is smaller too. That's my strawberries. Yeah. Not sure if I'd do strawberries again by seed. Might just be easier than to do bare root. I don't know how I'm going to do this water with the one without a handle. See if I can place this here. Yeah, we'll place that there. Yep, you can see. So I'm going to fill this one up probably just about half. Has littler plants. And then what I do is I let it sit for an hour. And if I'll come back and show you, if it's not dry, then I will, if there's still water in it, then I pour the water out. If there is, it's dry in the bottom of the container and the soil still is dry, I will top it off with some more. So now I have to go back and do this 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 6 more times, getting water in it. And I will come back in an hour and show you the levels of the water, or if I have to top it off. But that's the plan for watering right now. So I've gone through and gave them all water. Now this one hasn't soaked up water yet. I just wanted to show you, this is light in color. It was pulling away from the sides, and that's when you want to start watering them, when things are looking dry. Now you can see over here in this one, there's very little water left in it. The top is, let me get my hand out of it. The top is now a lighter in color. You can see this is a little dry, piece of potting soil there, and then everything else is a dark color. So I'm not going to add any more water to this. Again, those were the smaller trays, and I'm just going to let these bigger ones just continue to soak up water, and then for about an hour, and then if there's any water left in the tray, then I will dump it out. And my potting soil mixture, the bottom is just normal like potting soil, and the top is the seedling start mix that I did pour boiling hot water in to keep the gnats down. And my theory is seed starting mix is expensive, so I just top the top part off, and hopefully if there's gnats in the potting soil in the bottom, the top part keeps it down, and then that there's nutrition in the potting soil. Although some of them don't have compost in it, that I realized, and that was my mistake last year in my tomatoes and peppers. So it's still good to read to make sure what's in it, to see if there is any nutrition in the potting soil. And then if there's not, then you do need to fertilize them and feed them. All right, these ones down here, see, this one's completely out of water and it's still dry. So I'm going to go back through, add some more water to it. I do need to read up. I just caught Doggo drinking the water. Yes, my cats like to drink the water too. And I don't know if fertilizer is bad for them, but it's been 2 years and they haven't died from drinking it. So this one still has water. This one's empty and still dry. This is my first time starting cabbage and bigger. I mean, yes, tomatoes and pepper plants are big, but I could do 3/4 of a gallon in those last year, and I didn't have to top them off without them still being dry. So I guess these require more water. All right, I'm gonna pause you and then come back, and I'll just continue to check on them a little bit within the next 10 minutes to see if everything dries up, to see if it needs more water. And if not, I'll be back in an hour. So it's been 10 minutes, and actually probably been 15, 20 minutes. This one is very little in it. These ones have some in it. I must have, put too much in it, and that's okay. Again, I'm gonna let it sit for a full hour, and then we'll see where we're at. So it's been an hour. Some of them had a little bit of water still in it, and I will go and pour them out. I have some aloe vera that doesn't get watered very often, so I just pour the extra on them. Again, we got lots of things growing here. Some cabbage. These are not beets. The Swiss chard. There's bok choy, boy choy, Chinese cabbage, Dutch cabbage. Lots of things growing. It's weird that these. What is this? This is a broccoli. Yeah, broccoli and cauliflower. But their leaves are like a silverish green. I don't know if you can tell compared to these bright green Swiss chard. I guess that's normal. This is sun damage. About a week ago, I was like, I'm gonna start sunbathing them. Too intense heat, too hot. Left them out there for an hour. So I took them back inside. They've been inside now for a couple of days, probably about a week. And I will start the process slower. Instead of an hour, we'll start with 15 minutes. And then the cabbage I started later because the first cabbage seeds didn't come up. And those are strawberries back there. So thank you for learning and growing with the Woodpile, where we're learning how to start indoor seed starts, fall seed starts. And Garden Doggy was trying to lick the water. Peace out.